Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Seneca County Commissioner meeting. Today's Thursday, June 22nd, 2023, and we will begin the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. So I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, Commissioner Schuff.
Please bow your heads. Dear Lord, please help to guide us as we go to discuss finances, personnel issues, and go to tackle some of these issues here facing our county. Please help us to do your will. Please help us to work together for the betterment of our community and our citizens. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Here.
Commissioner Schuff,
Here.
Commissioner Franker.
Here. Okay, at this time we'll accept a motion to approve the digital audio recording of our prior meeting last week, June 15th, 2023, regular board session.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Franker,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes. Okay, so first on the agenda, the Amateur Radio Group. Welcome. And you have the floor. I don't know who's going to speak. Danny, Mike, you guys drew straws and Mr. Mastro won. Okay, come on up, please. Introduce yourself and, yeah, right up here in the corner and
We need to get a podium.
just remember if you scratch your nose or anything, you're on video.
Yeah, that's just perfect.
You're good.
I'm going to say, just to say this, first of all, it's an honor to be here. This group of commissioners was awesome. You guys do a great job for the county, and we really appreciate the time and the effort you put into this proclamation. We do a lot of work locally with emergency agencies and things like that whenever we're called upon, and it's an honor and a pleasure to serve Seneca County the way that we do. So given that, I'm not sure when I want to do the proclamation, but I've got something to say right after that. And to preface that, I'm going to say this: we do need at least one member of the group, if we could, okay, to come out to the event at Meadowbrook this weekend. We get points for that kind of a thing, and that really helps. So, and I don't, Deb, if you want to add to that, or
No.
okay. Anyways, it's a pleasure to be here, so thank you so much.
And you can go out early in the morning like I did.
You go out at 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
Okay?
it counts.
Starts at 2
Just
o'clock.
you have to sign in, yeah.
It's
It's
an
good.
all-nighter.
We don't
It is
have coffee and donuts.
We will make that happen.
Awesome.
No coffee and donuts.
Anything else you want to say?
What are the hours, Mike, if you want to
Yeah.
allude to that?
Explain where you,
It officially starts at our time, 2 p.m. So it's afternoon, 2 p.m. in the afternoon on Saturday. It finishes at 2 p.m. on Sunday. So it's a 24-hour deal. We have to contact 83 or 84 local, when I say local, in the United States, the Virgin Islands, and Canada. There are all these different areas that we need to contact. If we get that, it's called a clean sweep. 3 years ago, we were 3rd in the state of Ohio, and we were about 15th in the country here. So there's a lot of clubs doing this, and it's a great technology. So that's what we do. We can send email without the internet, which is a great thing. So things really collapse on us. This technology is amazing. We're going to be contacting satellites this weekend. We got to wait for them to pass. We're going to make a contact. We'll send a signal up. It'll bounce down on the other side of the country. And then once that contact gets made, that's worth another 100 points. If we use emergency power, we get points for that. Lots of cool things with this hobby. A lot of technology involved,
Solar
and it's a great
power,
deal of
too.
fun. Solar, yeah, solar power. We've got probably 4 or 5 solar arrays we're going to be using this weekend to power some of this stuff up. So
It's awesome.
it's an interesting hobby. It's an interesting service.
what are some of the groups in the county you work with?
Well, we need a little help with this, but the EMAs, the ARES is the name of the group, the Amateur Radio Emergency Services. Dan Stahl heads that up for us locally. So we work with the EOC. John Spar is a ham radio operator, so he knows exactly what we get into. And since he runs that part of the county, It's just a good thing to have him in there, so just to
Sure.
follow on that. So a lot of those, there's nationally, they do Salvation Army deals, they do just all kinds of stuff. It's a big deal. So,
Locally, we help with setting up parades and let people know when it's their turn to go. And we help out with cross-country. If anybody's down, we call and say we need help here and things like that.
And when we had that tornado just recently, we put up a net and we were all spotting weather. So we report that to the Cleveland office.
yeah, there you go.
A lot of good stuff.
Well, the spotters that we have in our group, that's how the radio stations and the TV stations know what to report, because we're on the ground looking with radios. We're looking every time a storm comes up, a big one. We're looking for the funnel clouds. We're looking for the hail. And we report that then to Cleveland, okay? Cleveland then gets in touch with the TV stations, and that's how they know what to put on the air, where things are, what's happening, where these clouds are touching down, things like that.
And they give us a training to go through that too, actually what to report and things. Like, you don't want to say, oh, the wind's blowing. No, they want to know if that's hail, what size it is, and, like a specific thing, like it's dime size hail, it's quarter size, things like that.
Yeah, and again, all of us have been trained in that, and we have like a number. There's a phone number that you call NWS. The same time in Cleveland, the same time you report your number to them and say, hey, this is number 131. I'm reporting heavy hail in Seneca County. So they know that there's a good chance that things are going to get worse. Anything bigger than a quarter, you got a good chance of having some nasty stuff happening with hail. So those are the kinds of things we do. So it's interesting.
Mr. Schuff has proclamation. He's our signed reader today, so.
So we have a proclamation dated here, June 24th, 2023, Amateur Radio Weekend here in Seneca County. Whereas amateur radio provides a bridge between people, societies, and countries by creating friendships and sharing ideas. Operators have selfishly volunteered countless hours of community service, both in emergencies and to other local organizations throughout the years. And whereas the state of Ohio also recognizes the invaluable services provided by amateur radio operators to our many emergency response organizations, including Seneca County EMA, FEMA, the American Red Cross, the Salvation Army, healthcare facilities, hospitals and extended care, CERT, the National Weather Service, Skywarn, and others, whereas these same individuals have further demonstrated their value in public assistance by providing free radio communications for local parades, bike-a-thons, walk-a-thons, fairs, and other charitable public events. And whereas the Seneca County Board of Commissioners recognizes and appreciates the diligence of these hams, who also serve as weather spotters in the Skywarn program of the National Weather Service. And whereas the ARRL Amateur Radio Field Day exercise will take place on June 24th through the 25th of 2023 and is a 24-hour emergency preparedness exercise and demonstration of the radio amateur skills and readiness to provide self-supporting communications without further infrastructure being required. And whereas the Seneca County Radio Club / Seneca County ARES will host a field day event at Meadowbrook Park in Bascom beginning on June 24th at 2 o'clock p.m. and continuing through 2 o'clock p.m. on Sunday, June 25th. Now therefore, let it be that the Seneca County Board of Commissioners proclaims June 24th through the 25th as Amateur Radio Weekend in Seneca County, Ohio. We commend and express our deepest gratitude to the amateur radio operators and their dedication, selflessness, and invaluable contributions to the community. In witness whereof, we, the Seneca County Board of Commissioners, have hereunto set our hand to this proclamation, this 22nd day of June, in the year of our Lord, 2023. Commissioners Anthony Paradiso, Tyler Schuff, and Bill Franker. Thank you.
Thank you.
Get a photo, all the blue shirts.
Hey, before we do that,
Yeah.
I brought 3 straws with me. Now, whoever gets the short straw has to be there. Now, if anybody else wants to be there,
Be there. Come on up, we'll draw the straws.
okay? Come on, okay, wait, shut.
I'm gonna let them go first.
Go ahead.
Can't tell if it's the short one or...
Can I bring my? Yeah! I'm coming. You guys go up there. Can I bring my dog?
That's awesome.
You can do your
I'll bring my dog, I'm good, I'll be there.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's to the right, it's way back to the right, right?
Yeah, keep
Come on
going
up.
around
Yeah.
back.
You can squeeze everybody back there, or do you want to do it next one?
We could do in the back, yeah,
Yeah,
come
go
on
ahead, move the
back.
chairs out, just everybody squeeze behind the
Come up on
desk.
the flag.
Go back there. It's only I mean, yeah, just squeeze in for just so you can like each other, you know?
Squeeze
I'm actually
in.
gonna move up
Get
here.
in here, okay?
You go ahead and I'll go on the end here.
Get up here,
All
Deb.
right, everybody feeling good and comfortable? Look my way first, then we'll do Kayla. All right, let's go 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna take one more. 3, 2, 1. Okay, look at Kayla. Go ahead. Good deal. Hey Beth, how's it going?
Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Beautiful.
You're okay. We can talk after if you want.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Tony. Thanks.
We needed EMS we were covered today.
Yeah, fire. Thank you.
You're one of those musicians, I saw you move those around. Always bringing a prop. Jeff. The microphone.
Oh, my God.
And this is Steve Leary.
Yes.
Yeah, he
We
says
met,
he keeps it
yeah.
in the past.
Yeah.
Same price.
Who? Oh, Bryce does?
Yeah, he says he
I believe it.
Oh yeah, we gotta take that with us.
This?
Hey, thank you so much for everything.
Did you-
I don't
did
know
you
what we
talk-
need is paperwork though.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
No, I didn't.
Are you? Okay. Hey.
It's always fun. Charlie, we bring in, it's amazing, all the organizations in the county. You know, from Flat Rock to Springville, where we were by Cary. They do a great job, yeah. That's one of the good things we get to do.
Hams.
Commissioner reports. Bill?
Okay. Last Thursday, we was out for the great announcement of Baskin Communications and North Central Electric. So I think I'll let these guys fill that in and with more stuff. That was a great event, that's for sure. Thursday night, had Joint Ambulance District meeting and great discussion. And so following that, on Monday, Don Bala, our coordinator, along with Ashley from North Central, we went out to Thompson Township just to kind of let them know that January 1st, the county will be taking over Green Springs. North Central was there currently, and basically that with North Central's always kind of helped back up with Thompson and Bellevue and stuff on that, so that way they were kind of aware of that. And to say we will continue to work with North Central with Thompson, or if they have any other changes they'd like to do, we're open for that. So it was a good meeting, and yeah, it went real well with that. So and then Tuesday we was at pre-bid site viewing out to 224 for our first EMS station. Ecstatic with the turnout we had for folks that's interested in putting a bid in for the new EMS facility. So
These are 6 maybe?
yeah,
5 or 6?
six, yeah, and I think he said there's even
Good
one or
6
two
that are
that
gonna bid it.
yeah, so it was a great showing for that. So that was exciting that morning. And then went down to yesterday. I was down to State House for the hearing for the Senate, and it unanimously, Senate Bill 119 left the Senate with a 38-0 vote. So now it's over to the House side with it. So it was a great event. Had some folks from Fostoria and yeah, it was Senator Reineke has really worked hard on this. I mean, he's had, that's many of the senators come up and knew how hard he worked nights and mornings and stuff, trying to work to get the bill through and stuff with that. So that was definitely a great event and stuff yesterday down at State House. So, and then this morning had a WTTF interview with Tanya Nagel from Attica Independent Fair. So she kind of gave a highlight what's going on at the Attica Independent Fair. So great things always happening up at Attica too. So.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Both ends of the county.
Both ends of the county, Fostoria and Attica, right. So,
Yeah, good. Anything else? Mr. Schuff?
Yeah, thank you. As Commissioner Frankert alluded to, we did have the pre-bid meeting here for the EMS station. Good turnout, as he had mentioned. Going out there, looking at the lay of the land, the grades. We actually had the previous owner out there with us too, giving us some notes on different lines and utilities. So it was nice to kind of have some of that tribal knowledge passed on to us, so we kind of know what we're getting into. It's also nice to have the contractors there, so they know what they're getting started with. So excited about that. We're all looking forward for that building to go up. Commissioner Paradiso and I this week, we went out to the sheriff's office along with County Administrator Bart Patterson. Went out and had some discussions with the sheriff, just looking down the road here towards budget season, some upcoming needs, and just making sure we're keeping up good communications as far as budgets go, and just trying to keep a close eye on the money and get the sheriff's station and the jail up to snuff, and just we're working on some big things, so it's nice to have open lines of communication with them. Yesterday I attended the Sandusky and Seneca County SEDS meeting. Community Economic Development Strategy is what it stands for. Good turnout for there. Say we had probably 30 people. You had educators, you had economic development folks, commissioners, local electeds, updating some of our plans with that, going through our SWOT analysis, different things facing the community here, workforce development, education. We covered a whole slew of issues, but very well attended. Some good things came out of that, so I was happy to be there and represent the commissioners. Also here today, there is a women's recovery house at 188 North Sandusky Street at 4 o'clock. They're going to be having an open house. Plan on being there for that. And then also, there's a health department board meeting tonight at 6 o'clock. I'll be going there on behalf of the commissioners to give a little presentation here and do a PowerPoint, kind of explain the breakdown of some of the positions and the seats there, and kind of give a better understanding. It's the same PowerPoint that Jimmy had put together a few weeks ago that we explained up here. So just trying to educate the community here and make sure we're keeping everybody in the loop and help everybody understand. That's all I have.
There you go. Circle back on the Bascom announcement. So Bascom Communications North Central announced the middle mile portion of broadband in Seneca County. This is a $9+ million project, $3 million grant from Broadband Ohio. Chief Odeberg was here personally. Lieutenant Governor wanted to be here, but they were finalizing the budget, so we gave him a pass. But it's good, and I just want everyone to know that there's Bascom and North Central have a much bigger plan, and basically it includes broadband access to all North Central customers, all of them. They're even dipping their toe into Crawford County on this first middle mile. So they run it out into the county, and then they branch off from there. So there will be a series of follow-up announcements and grants and chunks of money that will go into this. I think the total, when it's all done, it's about $30 million, but this is a $9+ million chunk of it. So we're really excited about that, and we're just blessed to have two co-ops owned by the people, North Central Electric and Bascom Communications, domiciled in our own county, and they got together and they're doing good things. So just want to kind of add that umbrella to it. I went to the City of Fostoria council meeting and spoke a little bit, just gave them an update, as I promised to get back to them on the building department and the 23 when they had the Ohio Logistics curb cut. We talked a little bit about that. It was nice to see everybody. Prior to that, we had an annexation agreement meeting with the city and Holt and Jackson and what's the other township? Loudon Township. Did not get a deal struck, but I think we're close. There's a follow-up meeting scheduled to be scheduled soon, and we're hoping that time we can finalize that agreement. So that's all I have at this point. We'll go to financial report.
I have just a few things. I have just a reminder that next meeting on the 29th, we are going to have an annual joint ditch meetings with Sandusky County. So we'll have a special meeting for
We
that.
start early for that.
Yeah,
maybe?
it start,
9 a.m. or
that
something?
starts at like 9:40.
Okay.
So we can do special meeting and then close that meeting and then open a regular session meeting, or we can just continue our regular meeting after we do because the last meeting is at 9:44 with Sandusky County. So we can just continue however we want to do that. But just so you guys are aware that we have those 2 ditch hearings next week.
So who sets those up? Just each one
Sandusky
of them?
County sets those up, and then basically they just kind of gave us a
Time.
list of dates that they were available, and I just kind of chose a date that we would be available, and they gave us a time. So if we want to do special session and
I think we
close,
should have 2 meetings.
just have 2 meetings, that's
That's
fine.
okay.
That's fine. I just want to make sure that I get out the
Give
information
us a little break.
timely, so.
Yeah.
The other thing I have is sales tax numbers for, that were collected in June. These would have been for, mostly for receipts in April, for sales in April. We collected $1,049,514.56 in sales tax. That is up little over $59,000 from the previous year. And it's up $121,000 from the previous month. So I think, Jimmy, did you do some numbers on that? And is that,
Yeah.
that was a high month, that was a high total for the month of June?
Yeah, I think
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the
No, it's
spot,
okay.
but-
I don't have it in front of me. I think it's the highest June we've ever had.
I think so too,
But
so-
once you adjust for inflation, I mean, we're a little up. But yeah, check out that report I sent you guys. So
So last year we budgeted like 11.5 this year, Budget Commission, we knew we were trending higher with higher prices, and so our budget's 12 million for sales tax. Anything above that is a plus.
Yeah.
You know, anything
I think
below
our
that,
pace
we're
is like-
concerned.
And,
So,
and we are on pace, but
We're trending for that
I
or
think we're
better.
gonna, that or better.
yeah, so
Yeah.
we're
So-
trending,
a little better.
so, but just so everybody understands, our sales tax budget this year is a $500,000 higher than last year. But we're trending at that or better, so we're feeling pretty good that we got that right, so we'll see.
We'll see, yeah, we
This
still
is
have
good
6
news.
months to go.
Yeah, we don't want to get drunk as sailors.
Sure,
so we-
sure, anything could happen.
We got to be conscious of.
I'd
So-
say we're spending.
Right.
But, you know, I
Just
just,
wanna make sure
just
we
so
get
that
the
you're
12
aware,
million.
we
Yeah.
are trending good, we
Yeah.
are at this
Oh,
point,
that's
so
great.
Yeah.
6 months in and we're doing pretty well. Just another update on the CSB building, we are working towards getting, the environmental department that was moved out when they were doing the facade, the outside of the building, putting in the new windows. We are working on getting that painted and getting carpeting put into that space so that we can completely get them back, maybe in the next 6 weeks or so, back into that area of the building. So just an update for that, so.
Do we have any update on the door?
Nothing at this point. We're trying to finalize the final bill, and then we'll have a conversation about that, so.
And in the building department down there, you're working on that, identifying some
Yes.
signage.
Yes, I have Cheyenne, she did work me up something, so I just need to get a final approval, and then we can get something, magnet or something on the
So
door, so that.
the newly formed Seneca County Building Department is located on the first floor where the health department is. So you go in the door, you'll turn left, and it'll be there. Fact is, they're not gonna be there very often, so we need to have some signage on there, where it is.
Correct.
Appointment only, access to the web.
They
but-
have hours in office Tuesdays from 1 to 3.
They'll be there and then by appointment.
And then by
So,
appointment only after, any other time, so. But
this
all
is-
of the forms are linked on our website, so they can do that. We are.
Charlie, you're gonna like it better.
So,
commercial projects.
I think it's done a whirl, I mean, I think it's been a much quicker turnaround, just reviewing plans to get people started, so.
And then the city of Fostoria, part of my meeting there was, change is tough. you were at the meeting, but with 3 counties, if you live in Hancock County and you're in Fostoria, you went to the Hancock Building Department or the Wood County Building Department, the entire city of Fostoria will be coming into the Seneca County Building Department. So if you're in the city limits of Fostoria and you want to pull a commercial building permit, they voted, the council unanimously to come in with this. The issue is, it's a 60-day process, so it's a little painful during the transition, but in the long run, it's going to be great.
Yep.
It's gonna really help commercial businesses in our county streamline red tape. Give you credit for that. Mr. Manal, you guys brought it up a while back, and here we are, so it's good.
The only other thing that I have is that I would ask for an executive session at some point during this meeting to discuss personnel and compensation. Some things have been brought to my attention, and I would like to have that
We do that at the
discussion
end?
with you. That's
Is that
fine.
okay with you?
That's fine with me.
So we can do that after public comment and then come back and adjourn.
Yep.
So we'll run our meeting, we'll go into executive session. You expect, it's just personnel?
Yeah, just personnel and compensation.
And then we'll come
so-
back out and adjourn the meeting. You're welcome to stay to the end, but after public comments, when we will do that. Is that good with you?
Yep.
You guys save it to the end.
It's fine with
Everybody
me.
has to sit here. Okay, anything else?
That's all I have at this point.
Okay. You want to talk old business facade program a little bit?
Yeah, sure we can.
You're up.
So in 2022, we budgeted $50,000 to have a second year here for the facade program. So with the Seneca County facade program, that applies to every area of Seneca County that doesn't currently have a facade program, which basically would just be downtown Tiffin. Trying to get money out here to these small businesses and our taxpayers, give them some of their money back to invest in their own businesses. I think we've seen what it's done for Tiffin here in the last 9 years. Downtown Tiffin's looking great. I think we need to start helping out our villages and some of the outlying areas. Basically get some of the taxpayer money back to these taxpayers, and yeah, the money's in there. We budgeted for last year, so I'd like to go forward with the program, help these people out.
So what are you saying, open up applications?
Yeah, start accepting applications with the weather breaking now. It's getting nice out. Money's there. Just contractors are out doing work and stuff now. It's kind of hard during the winter months to do roof work and windows and whatnot.
What's the process to apply? How would they go about it?
So there's an online application that you can take and fill out. You fill that out properly. It goes to a committee that we had formed here. We have representatives from the townships, the cities, the villages, our economic development arms. We review those. If there's issues, we send them back. If not, they get voted on, and they have to put in some skin in the game too, so they can get up to a $5,000 refund if they fill in $5,000. So got to throw a little skin in the game.
Anything else?
No.
Any comment? You good? I know you're not really excited about the facade
So,
program, but,
right.
but-
But you guys had did it prior to me coming in.
Right.
And again, getting back to my drunken sailor discussion, so basically, if I understand it right, so 50,000 comes out of general fund for this program is what?
Right.
Correct.
Yep, 50.
So, the concern, you always, look down the road and, not gonna find anybody any more proactive, pro-business and stuff on that. I think there's a lot of avenues that we found through entities that's already established to run grants. We're a county, we, should be looking at the umbrella of the whole county. I get that, certain businesses all businesses are able to apply, but pretty soon you start picking winners and losers of that. Since I came in January, we've had a substantial amount of expenses that was not budgeted, that kind of caught us off guard. We've had stuff at the egg building, that costs several $1,000s to take and remediate some of the situations out there that was not, on the forefront, it's kind of blindsided us. Currently, we have, Tyler, you had us out in January to the juvenile center. There's HVAC stuff going out there. There might be some stuff we have to do there that, kind of caught us. Again, we have, we had to fix the chiller temporarily out to the sheriff's department until we decide on what kind of project we're going to be spending there. That's going to be, substantial amount of funds there. We had cost overruns on the CSB building that kind of caught us off.
A little bit.
A little bit. Well, it's still,
No,
50
I mean,
here,
like
50 here,
100,000.
turns into real money. It is real money. We have, EMS buildings, we were kind of surprised with the estimate to come back on that. It ended up being substantially more than what we had anticipated on. And these are all buildings and facilities, and I mean, I can go on for an hour for the different facilities in our county that we need to, be cognizant of and take care of, that are, all the citizens utilize and stuff with it. So at the end of the day, that's where I stand at it, but again, it was in the budget for last year. You guys have put it in there.
Yeah, we got budget season coming up. We can have some more healthy discussion about it.
And concerning that our sales tax is good. End of August, that's when, there's, for example, the inflation's hitting homes pretty hard. We gotta be cognizant. It's pretty
Next year's
good.
gonna be a
It's gonna
property
be,
tax.
yeah. So, and property tax is going up January 1st. The funding for, college students, parents gonna have to start writing checks out in August. So I just want to be cognizant of, try to be fiscally conservative and, on these projects. So
Those are all good
that's
points.
where I'm at. So that's where we're at. So.
Good, yeah, so,
Just like to echo, yeah, I understand where Commissioner Franklin's coming from, and I think we've got a good, capable team up here, and we're going to keep tackling these projects here for our county buildings. As far as the facade program goes, I mean, it makes a big difference out there in the rural areas in the community, and it's a little bit goes a long way. But looking forward to some healthy discussions here come budget season. But would appreciate if we could start accepting applications and move forward.
yeah, I think I appreciate everybody's comments. Here's where I'm at on it. We passed, we had a pilot program last year for $25,000. And the commissioners passed 3-0, supporting a $50,000 allocation to the facade program this year, okay? We're in it. My big concern initially is that we run it right. Commissioner Franker's point, that's not a lifetime commitment of $50,000. We have to look at the budget. That is one thing. If we had to pick between cutting a road officer at the sheriff's office or the facade program, you have to make those priorities. So I think with a little bit under our belt, we will have a healthy discussion in maybe September, that kind of thing. Do we do it? Do we not do it? How much do we do it for? All that we can talk about for next year. But I think your point's well taken. We're halfway through this year. We're going to begin opening up, accepting applications. And my biggest thing is we got to make sure we run it right.
And who's facilitating this? Is regional planning going to continue to
So,
facilitate this? Is that?
Yeah, regional planning, and then the committee reviews them.
Okay, so then just kind of report back to us how it goes. And are we good with everything? We good?
Barb, where are you at? I mean, where are we at on the pilot program? Because I know we've got people that haven't
For
paid.
2022, there's been a few snafus. The original application was just for the business. It didn't include if they were a property owner, because
Last year's.
yes, because the property owner actually is the one that is being assessed the taxes if it's an increase, to their property value. So we're trying to work with the auditor's office. I'm working with Charlene, and we're trying to get all of that squared away so that we can get those from 2022, the reimbursements done for that program. So we've got a little bit of shuffling to do to get some information, but at some point I believe there's going to be a revised resolution to indicate who those property owners are, if it's not the business that actually is at that location. So that's kind of where
All
we're at.
those
with that.
issues for 2022, so we started in 2022, we had 7 or 8 applicants, my understanding, and a few of them we had problems with them. So that's not part of the 2023
No,
application.
and I think we've kind of smoothed that out for the
So-
2023 application, so that going forward, we
we
have
did
all
it
of the
last
documentation, the correct
No doubt.
documentation at the very beginning.
Yeah, and you're good. You
Yeah, I'll
So
report back.
everything will be run through regional planning. Ms. Birdsong,
Yeah,
this
I
office,
believe,
and-
I believe that is the intention, is to have regional planning administer the program, and then when it comes time for the auditor's office to actually make payment, then regional planning will provide the commissioner's office a complete packet so that we can issue that payment request to the auditor's office. So, just so that we're all on the same page as to how things need to be facilitated.
Thank you.
Okay, we're good. Let's go into new business.
I have just a few supplemental appropriations. The first being $53,560 for the ARPA fund for contract services. This is for scanning for the sheriff and the auditor's office to continue to basically lessen our storage of documentation. So hopefully the auditor's office, I believe, then will have almost all of her payroll records scanned. And then the sheriff's office, we're doing a little bit at a time at this point to try to facilitate maybe getting it all completely scanned in the next few years.
I mean, Julie's done a good job. So the TB building, at some point, the county we should have all our records out of there.
Correct.
And then the fate of that building can be discussed. But it's just full of stuff. But we've been,
Yeah,
it was full of stuff. Yeah.
it's getting better.
It's getting better, and this, I believe, from Julie, will pretty much.
I believe that takes care of all of her records that she has at the TV
Pretty much
building.
checks the auditor's box as far as that building goes.
So, then I'm not sure who else has records out there.
Jimmy,
at
law
this point.
library, were you out, did we still?
Yeah, I went out there a few years ago, and there was quite a few law library books
Okay.
in there. And I might be able to dig up the emails. I think they don't really need much. So
You
take-
we asked them
take
to
that
go
back.
out there and check it out. I
You
can
take
look
that
back.
back, you're on the board, right?
Yeah, I am on the
Just
board.
see if
I'll
we
look
can-
back, and at the next meeting I can bring that up
Just
too.
like.
Just a
have them
reminder.
Get a plan together.
Because we had, I think Jim Fruth went out there and looked, and it was like, yeah. So let me double check on that. It's
Okay.
been a couple of years.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's about all we have out there, just law libraries?
Well-
I'm not really sure what's all out there, so I can find
There's one other
out.
elected out there, that
Yeah.
might have been clerk of courts, but she did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I don't know that, because at the time we knew it, but it's been a couple of years, so we probably ought to revisit that,
we
maybe
can-
ask John.
I'll look at it.
I know law library's got a little bit, but,
Okay.
so the public understands. And this goes back to, I don't know, Ben, it's probably if this is after your time, but when the splash pad went in, that building was tore down and we had to move all
Oh, at
those
801
records somewhere.
Jefferson.
Yeah, the former commissioner's office.
Were
Yeah.
you there, were you here then when this happened? It was right after your time.
Right after. Yeah.
Anyhow, so we moved everything out to the youth center, the old youth center, which was, it's the only place we could put it, and it was a bad building. So we bought the Rehab building next to where School of Opportunity is, right to the left. It's county-owned. It's perfect. It's a storage building, no windows. It's climate-controlled. And we've been scanning like crazy, spending a lot of money, discarding things we don't need, keeping what we have to keep. We tore that youth building down. And so we got a grant, it's gone. We still have records in the old TV building, the same concept, they're everywhere. And we've been chipping away at that. Now, when I say we, the county, it's not necessarily the commissioners, it's all the electeds. Everyone in the county needs a place to put their stuff. Clerk of courts, judges, prosecutor, recorder, so each of them, auditor, they've all been working at this is a big project. Records from 100 years ago, probate court, Judge Meyer's been working on this for a long time, birth certificates, adoption certificates. There's a lot of stuff. I feel we have a really good plan in place. COVID helped it a little bit with some money. but we're kind of down to the fringes now, and everybody's just kind of, we don't want to talk about that anymore. So basically what we're trying to do here is resurrect that conversation a little bit, identify what's left, and then we can talk about
Correct.
what we do and the timing of how we do it. But eventually, everything will be scanned or stored in our building that we bought next to the Tiff Developmental Center to the left there. That will be the county's archive building, which is great. A lot of moving around, a lot of boxes have been moved, trucks of boxes. So good job on that one with the scanning.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other two supplementals that I have are for ditch maintenance fund, $50,000 for contract projects. This is just for contract work that they have going on, and $5,000 in supplies for spraying supplies that they need for the ditch program.
Okay.
That's all I have.
That's it? Yeah, I'll make a motion, we approve the supplemental appropriations.
I'll second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Commissioner Frankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes.
Okay, then we'll move into resolutions. I have a resolution authorizing the updated Seneca County Prevention, Retention, and Contingency Plan on behalf of the Seneca County Department of Job and Family Services effective today, June 22nd, 2023. This is something we do every year.
So move.
Second?
Hearing no discussion, roll call?
Commissioner Frankert,
Moore.
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes.
The next resolution is appointing Eric,
Leibold.
Leibold, okay, thank you, I appreciate
know
that.
Eric, yeah.
To the Crossway Facility Governing Board commencing December 2nd, 2022 and expiring December 1st of 2025. This is for the unexpired term of Rhonda Best, who resigned December 2nd when she took the judgeship for municipal court.
So move.
Second?
Okay, a little discussion. Jimmy, did you add this to your list back there of appointments? This is one I'm not aware of.
Right.
The Crossway.
Yep.
We're trying to catalog, we appoint so many people, so many boards, and we're trying to catalog all of this so we can plan for it. And then just so the public understands as well, before we approve this, we see everyone's bio. We ask that everyone turns a bio in so the commissioners can read who we're appointing, and if we have any questions, we have that opportunity to do that. So I think that's all good. Just wanted to throw that in. Roll call.
Commissioner Frankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes.
Next resolution I have is authorizing an agreement with the Village of Newrigal on behalf of the Seneca County Sheriff's Office. This is for a road deputy, I believe it is 10 hours per week, with an addition of 5 hours if requested by the mayor.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the resolution.
Second.
Okay. Roll call.
Commissioner Frankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes.
The next is resolution accepting a bid and authorizing an agreement with MMB Asphalt Company for the issue 1, round 37, fiscal year 24, Seneca County Township Road Reconstruction Program.
So move.
I'll second it. Discussion here, this is our issue 1
Issue 1
money.
for the township, yes.
And, yeah, we're always a year in arrears, it seems like, but, yeah. Good. Roll call.
Commissioner Frankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes.
Resolution setting the date and time for continuation of public hearing for the vacation of 2 alleys located in Springville, Big Spring Township, Seneca County, Ohio. The time I have set is Thursday, July 20th, 2023 at 10 a.m. in this office.
Make a motion that we accept the resolution.
Second.
A little discussion, this is the one we were all ready to vote on, and the engineer was here, and we did not have a survey. So you have a house here with an alley, and you want to vacate the alley, but there was no survey, so who owns what, and what's the legal description of what we're voting on, and so we put the brakes on it, and since all that's been completed. But just a side note, Barb used to live in Springville.
No, I lived in Alveda.
You lived in Alveda, but okay. You had a friend in Springville. Yeah, or something. She lived in Alveda. That was part of.
Yes,
that's one of
there's
the-
another resolution for that too.
So I didn't,
So,
you know,
yeah.
it's crazy. We went way over there. It was good. Okay, paperwork's complete, so we have
We hear from Alveda.
so first and second.
Yep, we have first and a
So
second.
roll call.
Roll call. Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes,
You know what they say about the girls from Alveda?
Alveda.
They make good county administrators.
Yeah. The next resolution I have is setting date and time for continuation of public hearing for the vacation of 2 alleys located in Alveda, Big Spring Township, Seneca County, Ohio. Again, this will be on Thursday, July 20th, 2023 at 10:10 a.m. at this office.
So move.
Second. Roll call.
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
And the last resolution that I have is for setting date and time for the continuation of public hearing for the vacation of an unnamed alley located in the hamlet of Caroline, located in Venice Township, Seneca County, Ohio. Again, this will be on Thursday, July 20th, 2023 at 10:20 at this office.
So move.
Second.
Yeah, second. Shuff, Commissioner Shuff. We sent you over there by yourself on that one. This one, that's
The one
the
from
one.
that, yeah. So I think we just, yeah.
Okay, we have first and second. Roll call.
Commissioner Frankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes. Anything else?
I do not have anything else. Oh, I do. I just want to remind everyone that on July 6th, we will not have a meeting.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, at this point, we will open the meeting up to public comment for those that are in the room. And if anybody would like to say anything, you're welcome to do that. I'll start left. Raise the crowd.
Yes.
I have something to say.
Yes, come on up, welcome. Yeah, so what'd you think of the meeting? You had to sit there with the Is it okay? All right, well, good.
I just have an update. I'm the A&R educator through OSU, so I have an update from our whole office. I'll start with Snap Ed. Snap Ed is currently hosting Cooking Matters, which is a 6-week series cooking course highlighting the use of fruits and veggies within a limited budget. The series is being held at the Tiffin Community Kitchen and will run through the middle of July. Jessica also attended last week's farmers market, did a kids activity, and had information about fruits and veggies for the adults. Jessica is starting her summer programming at the Migrant Farmers Children's School in Old Fort next week, and she's still going to the Kiwanis Manor for summer programming as well. Update from 4-H, camp went great. They had a great time up there on Kelly's Island. They didn't get hit with any of the bad storms. It just rained a little bit. So they had a great time. There were 80 campers, 20 counselors, and 7 adult staff that went to Kelly's Island for the camp. And this coming Tuesday, June 27th, is their Cloverbud camp. An update from Master Gardeners. We are currently planning our 25th anniversary celebration, which will be held on September 24th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the fairgrounds. It's open to the public. And we will also be set up as Master Gardeners at the farmers market this weekend selling hostas and daylilies. And we are accepting new members at any time. So anyone that is interested in joining Master Gardeners can just call our office or come see us at the farmers market. And then lastly, my update from A&R. I'll be hosting informational speakers this weekend at the farmers market as well. They're from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. The topics are how to make goat milk soap at 9 a.m. FELC will be coming to talk about their summer camps and programming at 10 a.m. Jessica, through our Snap Ed, is going to talk about MyPlate, and she's going to focus specifically on fruits and vegetables of the MyPlate at 11. And lastly, at noon, I will be there talking about how to choose the right goat for your operation and what you want to use it for. Thank you.
Well, don't worry, maybe we got questions for you.
Any
Oh,
questions?
thank you for, you really dove
Nice
into the
job.
farmer's market stuff, been out and about, so no, you're doing, hitting the ground running. so
You hanging out in his
appreciate
booth at the farmer's market?
that.
heard.
First day I haven't been up lately, but I'll try to pop up
Yep.
Saturday morning.
Yeah,
Did Katie survive camp?
She did.
Did she take the next day off?
No.
Okay.
But yeah,
good.
yeah, we'll have a big OSU tent there as well. We'll have the speakers, and then any information from our extension office will be there also.
And where, are you putting it right out here then?
Yes.
Yep,
Yep, right out
outside
front of
our
the
office.
commissioner's office here. Yep.
Thanks for coming in
Thank
for the
you.
report. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? It's good. Ben?
Good morning, Commissioners. Ben Nutter with Wind Waste Innovations of Seneca County, and just wanted to report to you that in 2019, when Wind acquired the facility in the western edge of Seneca County, we agreed to a consent order that we had to install best available control technologies to address concerns about air emissions, et cetera, et cetera. And I come to you on behalf of our over 80 hardworking team members and over 30 contract workers working out at the facility today. And those are local workers. This facility was just shy of $54 million investment. We have 550 days to complete it. And through a Herculean effort of our business partners, including AEP, North Central Electric, contractors like Frankert, Klaus Construction, local contractors, and the Wind team, we were able to complete that. And it's important to understand that that was a Herculean effort because COVID hit us, right? And so we were able to, secure those materials, and, everybody was telling us, hey, we can't get wire to string the power line. Hey, we can't get a substation. Hey, we can't do this. We can't do that. We can't do. But we worked and worked and worked and worked and got it done. It was operating June 5th, just as it was supposed to. There's actually two identical plants there, and so we started with plant 1. We've now moved to plant 2. The requirement was to remove 98% of the H2S, hydrogen sulfide gas, which is the bad smelling gas. This plant takes that gas, converts it back to a solid, which is elemental sulfur. So the H2S then ceases to exist, and whatever gas is left is flared off in an internal flare. The thing that's important to you and the residents, that is, we are at a 99.2% to 99.3% elimination of H2S. When H2S is flared off in our old system, temporary system to control odors, it also releases SO2, which is a greenhouse gas. So understand that we are now, as that plant is up there, we have reduced the amount of SO2 that we release by 92% or 98.2%. I'm sorry, 99.2%. So 0.8%, 0.08% would be going through the plant now, and it's working better than what the engineers estimated. So it's really, really good. And we look forward to Senate Bill 119. We look forward to public entities helping us get the word out of the testing that we're more than willing to do. We do a lot of testing. Yesterday, we were doing split sampling with the Seneca County General Health District, their lab technicians, our lab technicians, that were testing any surface water, sediment underneath the surface water in our sediment ponds, and water that could be emitted to one of 4 tributaries, east branch of the Wolf Creek, and one to the Portage. And those results will be made available to you as soon as the lab gets done doing it. We have mountains of that data that shows we're not contaminating surface water and or soil and or any off-site tributaries as well. We're doing some extended studies of tributaries because we know there are sources of contaminants out there. We know we're not the source of it, but we want to, show that through testing as well. And so when I say it, I understand that people are skeptical because I work for the company. However, we're looking forward to the time when we have public entities that we already have a lot of this data and they could be telling the public and easing some of those concerns. However, that's not happening currently, so we look forward to that. Any questions?
Good. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Anybody else? You good? Jimmy, open the lineup, please.
Yep, if you're joining us on Zoom, you'd like to speak during public comment, you will be able to unmute your line now.
Is anybody on there we need to call on?
I don't see anybody.
Okay, so it's 10:55. I'll make a motion that we go into executive session to discuss personnel. What was it? What were we discussing?
Personnel and compensation.
Personnel and compensation.
Second?
We have a second. Roll call.
Commissioner Frankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes, so we will leave, go in the back executive session. We'll come back out and adjourn the meeting. Finished. You're welcome to stay, but we're now in executive session. Thank you. It's now 11:30. I'll make a motion, we come out of executive session.
Second?
First and second, roll call?
Commissioner Frankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes, so we had executive session, no action was taken. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you.